Hey, my wonderful ChetChatters. Today's lesson is that one single comprehensive masterclass on how to order coffee in English. You could be an intermediate speaker or an advanced level speaker, and you're going to find a step-by-step process at 6 different levels to help you confidently navigate the coffee ordering process. I'm also going to give you lots of sentences for practice. So, let's get going. Hey, this is Chetna and you're on ChetChat and it's a Friday today. By the way, you can also find this content as a podcast on Spotify and it's called Skill Up with ChetChat. Okay, so we're going into a cafe. A cafe is a small and informal restaurant. It serves drinks and small eats. It serves coffee, tea, maybe some sandwiches and bakery items. Now, you would typically walk up to the counter of a cafe and meet the barista. Who's a barista? A barista is actually someone who makes coffee and they're going to take your order. So now let's check out this entire conversation. Now as you go into the cafe, this is the first question that the barista is going to ask you. Can I help you? Or may I help you? Or what would you have? Or just what would you like? What can I get you? Or may I take your order? Now they may ask you any one of these questions. Okay, now it's our turn. Always start with a smile. Say hey, hi, hello, morning, evening. Just any form of greeting before you begin. Next, level 1, you could say, a coffee please. Simple, though it's not very polite, but it works. Or you could say, 1 black coffee please. Always say please at the end, otherwise it might sound a bit rude. A coffee please. Remember to smile when you're placing your order. 1 iced coffee please. So level 1 is a or 1 plus the name of the coffee plus please. Level 2. I'll have a cup of coffee please. Short form for I will have. I'll have a cup of coffee please. Level 3. I'd like a cup of coffee please. Short form for I would like. I'd like. I'd love a coffee please. Short form for I would love. I'd love. So level 3 is I'd like or I'd love. Level 4. Can I have a coffee please? This is a little more polite than I'd like an Americano or 1 coffee. Can I get a coffee please? Get is more commonly used in American English. So level 4 is can I have or can I get? Level 5. Could I have a black coffee please? This is what I would normally say. Could is short and polite and very effective. Could I get an iced coffee please? Once again, get is more American, have is more British. Could I please have a cup of coffee? Now this front loading of the please makes it very, very formal and I would typically not use this much. So level 5 is could I have or could I get? Level 6. May I please have? Now this sounds super extra formal. It's usually not required at a cafe. Unless your girlfriend's mom is with you and you're trying to impress her. But may I have a cappuccino please is easier, though it's still formal. And it's more appropriate if you're at a formal dining restaurant and maybe the server's coming to your table to take your order. So level 6 is may I have or may I get or may I please have or get. Now that is the 6 levels for the first question. And here are some optional sentences. A cappuccino for me please or an iced coffee for me please. When are you going to say this? Assume you're in a large group and each person is giving their own orders individually. That's when you're going to say, for me please. Now let's move on. What is the second question that the barista is going to ask us? They're probably going to say, which coffee would you like? Or which one can I get you? Which one? And as they say this, they're going to point towards something at the back or in front, a rather large and confusing menu, leaving us pretty confused. So I'm going to make this very simple for you. I'm not going to go into all types of coffee, but I'll give you a few basic ones that you're normally going to need to get started. Now, you either need hot coffee or cold coffee. In hot coffees, you either want a strong coffee without milk or you want a regular coffee with milk. So if you want strong coffee without milk, it's called black coffee. And then you're going to pick one of these two options. First option is an espresso. It's not espresso, it's espresso. Now this is a small amount of black coffee. It's strong, it's concentrated, and they call this a shot. And it's typically served in a small cup. The second type of black coffee that you can have is an Americano, which by the way is my favorite order. This is an espresso with hot water. So basically, this is what people normally call black coffee, and it kind of comes in a big cup. Now let's say you want regular coffee with milk. Then try cappuccino. What is cappuccino? It's an espresso shot and it has some steamed milk and foam on top. Sometimes they also create nice little shapes on the foam. Now if you want a lot of milk in your coffee, then go for latte. This one is going to be easy to remember. Fun fact, latte means milk in Italian. And this is actually the source of the word lactose. Now, if you want a sweeter, more chocolatey coffee, then go for mocha, which is coffee with milk foam and hot chocolate. Now that was hot coffee. If you want cold coffee, you can go for iced coffee. But what if you want cold coffee with that ice cream type of feel? Then a frappe or a frappuccino would be a good idea. My personal favorite is a cold brew, which doesn't have all the sugary, milky, creamy additions. It's just coffee in cold water and ice. Okay, now that you broadly know which type of coffee you want, let's go over to question number 3. What is the question? Would you like milk? Would you like milk with your coffee or just milk? Now, depending on the type of coffee you've ordered, you might say, yes, could you add a dash of milk, please? Or could you add a splash of milk? Well, if I get very technical, then a dash of milk is a wee bit more than a splash of milk. So if you want a really tiny amount of milk, then say a splash of milk. You could also say, I'd like hot milk on the side. This is something I say typically when I order an Americano. And if I'm at breakfast, I'd say, I'd like some hot milk on the side. And they'll actually bring your coffee. And along with that, they'll bring a small little jar of hot milk, which you can add as per your taste. Or you might say, without milk, please. And then, of course, there are different types of milk. So in case you're lactose intolerant, you might say, almond milk, please, or soy milk, please. Or, would you have almond milk? And if they say yes, you can say, I'd like that with my coffee. Now, sugar usually does come on the side, and you don't need to talk about sugar. Okay, moving on to question number 4 by the barista. Is there anything else you would like? Anything to eat? Anything else? Is that all? Will that be all? Is that everything? Would you like anything else? Now, one of these combination of questions they're going to ask you. Basically, this is your chance. Maybe you want to order some food items with your coffee. Now, you can use the same sentence construction that we learned earlier. Level 1, you can say, yes, 1 chocolate chip cookie, please, or a chocolate chip cookie would be good. Level 2, I'll have a vegetarian sandwich, please. Level 3, I'd like a brownie to go with my coffee. I'd love a slice of cheesecake. Now, level 1 to 3 at this point is enough. We don't need to get super formal with could I or may I at this stage of the ordering. And by the way, before we move on to question number 5, I want to give a quick shout out to Linguistic app for leaving this wonderful message under my last video. And I'm waiting for your messages. So you want a shout out, press the like button, quickly leave me a message below, and don't forget the hashtag ChetChatters. Now, question number 5 by the barista is, what size would you like? Small or large? Or regular or tall? Some such question. Now, this tends to be very specific to the particular cafe. So it's best to look at the menu or ask for help. Though, mostly you can get away with small or large if you're in doubt. I usually just say, make it small, or I'll have a large one, or I'll have a small please, large please, or small for me please. Now that you know all the types of questions that are being asked, you can avoid answering so many questions by putting all this information in your order. So now I'm going to give you this complete order, step by step, how you can make that complete order in one shot so you don't have to answer so many questions. Here goes. First, the size of the cup. Next, the type of coffee. 3, add-ons, type of milk. 4 is the food. Now let's put this all together and run through with the examples. Hey, 1 large cappuccino with a cheese sandwich, please. Hello, I'd like a small espresso with a splash of milk and a chocolate chip cookie to go with it. Hi, I'd love a large iced latte with low-fat milk, please. Morning, could I have a small Americano with hot milk on the side and 1 walnut brownie, please? P.S. This is my order usually. Good evening, can I have a large mocha with almond milk and a croissant, please? Hi, may I have a small iced coffee with soy milk and 1 chocolate tart, please? Or if you're ordering in a group and it's your turn to give your order, you might say, hello, 1 large Americano for me, please, and that would do. Thanks. That would do means I don't need any food along with my coffee. So basically, it's hey, hello, size of cup, type of coffee, type of milk or add-ons, food, please. But there's still one more possible question remaining. And the 6th question by the barista is having it here or take away? Or is it for here or to take away? You can answer for here or having it here or we are having it here or take away or to go. You can also add this information to the order. And what does it look like? So here is the order once again. Hey, hello, size of cup, type of coffee, type of milk or add-ons, food, take away or having it here, please. Example, hello, I'd like a small espresso with a splash of milk and a slice of cheesecake, take away, please. Now, statement number 7 by the barista is your total is 500 rupees or it comes to 220 rupees or that will be 400 rupees. Now, what you do at this stage, you can either give her cash or your card and say, here you go, or here it is, or here you are. Or you might want to ask them, could I pay by UPI or GPay? You might want to ask about a specific mode of payment at this point and then proceed. And end the conversation with thank you or thank you very much or thank you very much, have a nice day. And don't forget the smile. So let's take the whole thing together and here are a few samples. Hey, I'd like a small mocha without cream, 1 butter croissant, take away please. Morning, could I have a large Americano with hot almond milk on the side and 1 chocolate chip cookie for here please. Hello, can I have a small frappuccino with 1 cheese sandwich for here please? Good afternoon, I'll have 1 shot of espresso with a brownie, take away please. Your total is 600 rupees. Here you go, thank you very much, have a nice day. And that's it, pretty simple. You've just successfully ordered coffee in English. And remember that there are 2 phrases that will always come in handy, whether you're at any cafe or at a restaurant. Yes, please, and thank you. Make sure you use them liberally. Meantime, share this with your friends and happy learning.